Hello dear students, welcome to Vishnu AS, Sociology optional, basic discussion of current affairs. Myself, I am Vishnu Reddy, Sociology faculty. So we'll be discussing briefly the current affairs which are related to Sociology optional, which has been in the news for the last couple of weeks. So one of the concern for India is gender gap index. So all of you know, recently in the gender gap index, India's rank was 131 out of 148. So it indicates that in India, still due to patriarchal mentality, due to cultural lag, we say that equality of women on paper, but in reality, it is not getting materialized. So gender gap index is pointing out that still we are not providing equal life chances for women in various aspects. So why this? During the process of report, it is observed that patriarchal mentality is still not allowing gender stereotype and identification of roles based on gender still exist in the Indian society. So we need to change our mindset, behavior and attitude towards work. So her identity should be her identity. She should be respected and we should provide a boy or a girl both are a source of joy, equality of opportunity and life chances for all. So this is briefly about gender gap index and government has announced so many schemes such as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Selfie with the daughter to improve sex ratio. So we should remember that empowerment of women is empowerment of nation, for which girl child is not just for the present generation, even for the future generation, very much important. So this is briefly about gender gap index. Coming to grey diverse. So a word is recently becoming popular, which is generally observed as grey diverse. So it refers to a situation in which the couple whose age is above 50 years are opting for the divorce. Generally, after spending so many decades of the marriage, the couple decided that both want to get separated from each other. So in the recent times, in the urban areas, the phenomenon of grey divorce is becoming more popular. The reasons for grey divorce, if you analyze, is because of growing individuality, materialistic culture. So in the process of urbanization, modernization, westernization and globalization, the traditional Indian collective family system, values and ethics seems to be degenerating. So because the couple are financially independent, children are already well settled, so they want to separate right now to have their own individual privacy and freedom. This popular phenomenon is referred as grey divorce. Apart from this, so for the last 2 weeks, there has been news about how many children a family is supposed to have. So South Indian states, CMs in the recent times were suggesting to have as many children as possible. So in that context, a new trend which is observed in the urban areas, especially in India, which is becoming popular, is called as Dink Culture. Now Dink Culture stands for dual income and no kids. It means both the husband and wife are earning, however, they don't want to have children. Now again, this trend is growing, marriage is getting delayed, and the couple are feeling now that child rearing is a very burdensome responsibility. So whatever is economic and social reason, but Dink culture is observed in the recent times. So again, earlier marriage was considered as sacred. So marriage was considered as forever. Relationship supposed to long for future. And one of the objectives of marriage was to have the children. Now there is a change in the way people are perceiving about the marriage and the relationship. So this growing change trend is one of the reasons for Dink culture that has been observed in the Indian society. Now one of the very important update that we have seen in the newspapers in the recent times is about first women forces entered, first women battalion entered in armed forces and combat roles. So if you are following Operation Shindur, there were two ladies, Yomika Singh, so along with other people who participated in Operation Sindur also. Till recently, women were not allowed for NDA exam. Women were not recruited in combat roles. So women were not recruited for permanent commission. But there has been, the trend is changed. So if you look at recently, first battalion of the women came out from NDA Academy, National Defense Academy. So it indicates that don't discriminate women based on their gender. So he or she does not matter. Whether they have the capabilities or not matters. So these are recent current affairs from sociological perspective. Our Vishnu IAS Sociology optional batch is going to begin from June 30th. Admissions are already in progress. Thank you. Jai Hind.